I know there's a million platforms when it comes to AI out there, but this one is honestly special and this is going somewhere. And the reason I wanted to bring this to everyone in my community is just to show you this feature-packed platform, AI platform, where I think it might benefit most of the people. So I keep getting the questions from friends and family and people around me or colleagues in work, which platform to go with? Shall we go with Anthropic, with OpenAI? And they get confused, and even with Google Gemini. So people get confused, they don't know where to go, they don't want to pay so much money because it gets expensive. I can show you at some moment in the future how much licenses I pay just to run this YouTube channel. I need to have access to these models, to do these reviews. It gets expensive. So in many cases, people do not want all of that. They want one place to get access to most models. They want features that they see out there, and they want also within the same platform to have all of that. And I think I found that platform. So today I'm introducing you to Abacus AI or Abacus AI. I think this is how it's pronounced. So I will take you through the platform, cover the really interesting features I went through, which by the way ranges from beginner level to a high technical, even beyond my capability level of expertise. And all of this, you get all of this that you're gonna see today for $10 a month. I can repeat again just to make sure you know you've heard it right. $10 a month will give you access to what you will see in a second, which is crazy amount of access to models and features. Before we go forward, just to let you know, I am not sponsored by Abacus. I just really liked what they offered, and I think many people who are generalists and who are not really wanting to commit to a certain platform or AI company will benefit highly from this. So I'm not sponsored by them. It's my own opinion and my own review of this. And with this, and without further ado, let's get started.
Subscribe to Daddy's channel. The mic.
Okay, so this is the platform, this is how it looks, this is the logo of Abacus AI, and this is how it looks once you sign up. And you can sign up for a free account, and later on, if you want to do more or use more features, you can pay the subscription of only $10 a month, which is cheaper than Gemini, OpenAI, and Anthropic, which on average, the three of them, to get the first tier of subscription, it's $20. So here, let me show you something. Initially, you have this interface, and I will walk you through the different parts because this can get really busy. Believe me, this is a packed platform. It's crazy, honestly. This is why I wanted to cover it today. You can see a normal chat that looks like you're working with ChatGPT. Here on the top, you get to select the models. So this is the root or route LLM. I think this selection will get this model to actually route you to the model that is most appropriate to your prompt. So you give it the prompt, it will decide for you which AI is best to answer your question or query. Now, if you go to the drop down, I just want to show you the sheer amount of models that you get with this subscription. So you get 19. So you get this route LLM, then you get 4.0, Sonnet 3.5, O3 Mini, O3 Mini High, O1 Mini, O1. All of these are super recent, super powerful models. You get DeepSeek R1 Fast, DeepSeek R1, Gemini 2.0 Pro, which I did a review just last week on. You get all of these Gemini models. You get XAI model, basically Grok. You get the DeepSeek V3, which is not the non-reasoning model of DeepSeek, and then their own models. Apparently, you get the Llama 405 billion parameter model, and you get the Search LLM model, which I assume this is a deep research type of model, or utilizing some of the well-known models, but we can experiment, or you can experiment. I actually want to go into this one. And then you get what they call the AI engineer, which I will touch on later on. This is super powerful, super fun to play with. Okay. And if you look at the chat here, you can do images. So you can do image generation, and you have even more models here. And this is one of my favorite image models. This is the Flux 1.1 Pro Ultra. This is a super good, high quality, high accuracy image model that is expensive to really inference with and get images. You get it here all within the $10. You have all the other ones. You have even ideogram. So all of these models are here for you. So let's just, for the fun of it, get something out of the Flux Ultra model. And so you see the quality that you get all for $10. Let's give it a quick prompt. So I give it this prompt: an apple eaten by Mickey Mouse. Here there's an option to select, a toggle to select or deselect, modify the input prompt for improved image generation results. So yes, I will definitely select that. Let's see what we get out of this run. It is, again, it is really interesting how they get to do this model at $10 per month per user. So you're paying that kind of flat rate. It's not even credit based, and you get all of these models together. Now at the end, if you stay till the end, I'll tell you why I subscribed only for 1 month, and I will not probably keep my membership with Abacus AI, and why it might fit you to actually do this and just subscribe to Abacus AI compared to going to other models. So you can see, again, this is a one-liner type of prompt, and this was improved by AI, but you can see the high quality of Mickey Mouse here. So this is a model I love, and you get it for free. So again, you can get all of these models. We'll come to the AI engineer later on. The interesting thing here, you can even do a PowerPoint generation. So we can give it a PowerPoint description, and the model in Abacus AI or Abacus AI will give us the PowerPoint. So let's test quick one. So here I'm prompting the model. You can see here I selected the PowerPoint generation, and I'm prompting the model to give me a PowerPoint to explain generative AI to 8th graders. So let's hit go and see what we get as an outcome from this model. So you can see the router model is actually routing to the GPT-4o to get, I think, the context, and then it goes to some other functionality to our model to generate the PowerPoint presentation, and we'll see what kind of quality we get out of this. It is done, and I get the file of PowerPoint to download and then look at, which we'll do in a second. But what's super interesting and super smart in how they build this model is that I'm automatically prompted to regenerate the content using Claude Sonnet 3.5 and even GPT-4o Mini. So if I'm not satisfied with the results, just with a click of a button, I'll take this to Claude, and Claude will do the same work for me, which maybe is something I want to do because Claude 3.5 is smarter. So let's hit download here and see the PowerPoint that we get. Let's open that. So you can see here, this is the quality of basically the PowerPoint that we've got. So if you look at this and think to yourself, yeah, that's not that good. Honestly, I would disagree. I think it's neat, it's clean from a single line prompt. So remember that it's a single line prompt. You can ask it to get you images, maybe shapes into it. You can ask it to do more things in your prompt. So you can give a heavier prompt to get better results. This is a PowerPoint about generative AI from a single line. It did all of that work for me, benefits, challenges, and even fun facts, and I can just manipulate it and actually present it to people. So it's super powerful. And remember, Abacus, and I know I'm talking highly about it and it seems I'm sponsored. I'm not at all, but when you see platforms bringing all of this together, which I know, knowing people around me, this will benefit the general public who are interested to use AI in every day, not super users like myself and many people I know. Still, they want to get that benefit at a low cost. It is impressive to have these things. So let me close that so we can go to Abacus AI again. So let me put that in full screen. And here also you can see you can do deep research and you can do code. We did images. There's a playground as well option. So you can go to the playground and just test certain models. And even there's more. There's screenshots. So you can give it screenshots and see what you get in prompting them. You can actually do video generation as well, all within the $10. There's tasks, so I assume this is the Open AI tasks, so you can schedule tasks for daily input from the model. And by the way, if you didn't notice already, here there's an app for this, so you can have it actually on your mobile. So Abacus AI, with your subscription, you get also access to it on your mobile device. So let's go back to more things that you can do. So humanize, so I'll not test this, you go and play with it. There's an editor. It's, I would assume, something similar to what we have in Canvas. Video analysis, so you can give it a video and analyze that. Well, actually, I didn't play with this one. I think I might play with this one before I just go ahead and cancel my subscription. Scrape URL, so you can just give it a URL and it will scrape it for you. Document generation. All of this in one platform for $10 a month. We have Code Large Language Models, or Code LLM. I didn't test this, but this is something that just dropped. And I assume this is kind of an on-premise model that you can use helping you to develop code by Abacus AI. So they're dropping features like bombs in this platform. I will maybe in the future test this and see how good it is. But again, you can see you can get it for Mac, Linux, and even Windows. I'm sure someone out there will actually do a testing soon. Maybe they're better than me to do coding review of such models, but it's super interesting. So if this is something you are looking for on top of just having access to models to play a little bit with code, well, you get it with the $10 of Abacus AI. Computer agent, this is super interesting. Now, computer agent, from the looks of it, so when I looked at this, it is, I feel, based off the Anthropic computer use model that they've rolled out long back. So this has the same look and feel of it. It is an agent that you can load, and you can here, just by giving it prompt, access a kind of a virtual machine, and it will perform jobs for you. Well, if you want to go with OpenAI Plus or OpenAI Pro, you get the operator, the new operator, which does it as well. This is doing it on a virtual machine through this platform for you. So you can give it basic tasks that has the browser. So you can see here you have Firefox, you have Excel, you have a terminal, you have PDF. So you can run many things in this virtual workspace. And I would bet my money that this is Anthropic's computer use. I think now, I didn't test the operator by OpenAI. Definitely that's way ahead, a step ahead. But for the most part and most people, you don't need actually computer use agent. It's helpful, but just if you want to play with it, you have it here. When operator comes by OpenAI, definitely that's a video I'm going to do. And then I'll give you my feeling, because I did test the computer use by Anthropic on my machine. I will see operator and see the difference between those two. But you get this again within the same $10 per month. Again, it got disconnected. You can connect it. So let's go back to the platform. Also here you can do the task. So my understanding, this is the same tasks that were rolled out by OpenAI. So again, this is going to their detailed panel, so you can build a lot with Abacus. I can't really cover all of it in one video, so I just give you the hints so you can do this on your own pace. They pack this with lots of tools and tasks. I just want to show you how this ranges from the normal standard beginner use to really the high level, expert level of use of building machine learning AI models. So let's go back to the main screen of the Abacus model. Now that I showed you the tasks, I will skip the AI engineer. I want to leave that till the end because I believe this is the midpoint between beginner and advanced, and the sweet spot where many people would want to play and create agents without having high level of expertise. So I think this will be the cherry on the top for many people watching this video. But here you have the agents platform, and you have connecting to external services like Google Drive and so forth. And also you have adding basically your own files and forms into the platform. The most important part I want to show you is the agents platform. So let's look at that. Here you can go crazy technical and you can build custom-made AI agents for use cases that you want. And it is complex. So this is an advanced part. If you want to go to advanced, it's an advanced part. But there's an interesting thing with Abacus as well. Abacus, looking at their documentation, they are maybe the only company that actually have an agent deployed to their documentation. So if you go to their website, you want to ask a question about their documentation, you don't need a model, you don't need to go to Google or whatever. Actually, they have an agent deployed that you can talk to, and that agent will answer you based on their documentation, and it's highly accurate. So you can spend time with that agent, and try to build a project here. I tried it for a small project. It's super helpful, super accurate. Okay, I just made it a little bit bigger. So here you can see you can basically add data sets. So this is high-end databases for queries. You can create feature groups, you can create templates, you can create notebooks. So these kind of learning model notebooks type of thing, I assume. I didn't play with it yet. Here you can include even custom codes for models, algorithms, feature group functions, plots, loss functions, metrics, and tools. So basically you can build really technically advanced and high-end prediction models. This is advanced stuff. I myself find this intimidating, and maybe or maybe not, I will actually try to build a model here. You have a monitoring basically a page here, so you can monitor or have a dashboard for your models that you create, and then you can manage pipelines as well. This is super advanced, but again, within the same $10 a month, you have this at your disposal if you want to develop your knowledge and go to a level where you build these advanced use cases of these models. Let me show you just a quick insight to the platforms you actually can get to connect to Abacus AI as a platform. So let's click here and see the different connectors. So you have database connectors here. So let's add a new connector and you get all of these options. So you have things from Salesforce, from the general BigQuery type of database. You have snowflakes here. You have your Google Drive. You have Slack for messaging. You have Teams transcripts. So you have Microsoft Entra ID. You can do complex and advanced stuff here just by working with these already set up models or platforms for Abacus AI. So that's interesting. You can get API keys here to get your predictions from outside sources. So you can build something here and use a certain automation somewhere else to get a prediction from the model that you built for yourself. Last but not least, let's now go to the AI engineer. So if you go to the drop down or click straight here in the AI engineer, you can basically go to the same page to build an AI engineer. So let's click at AI engineer here. And fundamentally, this is an AI agent helping you build a bot. So without going to all that technical stuff, the advanced stuff which we were looking at here, you can actually talk to an agent and it will build a bot for you. And once that bot is built by Abacus AI for you by an AI agent, you can actually use it for predictions within the platform and even through API by outside or from outside the platform. You can connect to your own Abacus endpoint and start getting predictions. So you have two options. So you can see AI engineer, your assistant for Abacus AI. So create a custom chatbot for featuring a chatbot with customized behavior, or use some contextual data to search over while responding. So I think this is similar to GPTs in ChatGPT or from OpenAI with more features, I would say, than ChatGPT. And then you have create an AI agent. This is a beta feature for more complex agentic operations. Will help you kickstart your AI agent's code, which you may need to edit to make it functional. So this is a more advanced one. This is where actually you can replicate something advanced, where we looked at that agents platform, where you can build there something more advanced. Actually, this agent will do it for you. Now they're giving you a disclaimer that you might have to actually modify and play with the code, because all of this is based off code. This is not something that, well, actually all of it is done on code, but this is something where uniquely you will have access to that code, and you might need within the environment need to modify it. So basically you need to know a little bit about what you're doing, or you need to be willing to go back and forth with an AI model within Abacus or outside to really get it to work. So for the demo, I will not go with the second option. Let's go with the first option. So I want to create something maybe for a certain use case. So in my case, I want to go with something that potentially you could come across in your work, and you want to show your colleagues that there's a better way to do it without also having to break the bank to really get a company to do it for you. So you want to build a bot, an agent that you can deploy maybe to Teams or maybe any other chatting platform or tool you use within your company that can do something specific for your business. So let's read what the AI agent gave us as a first message. I'll help you create a custom chatbot. First, I'll need a name for your chatbot. Okay, what would you like to call it? For example, it could be something like product assistant or travel guide. Also, would you like your chatbot to use any specific data sets like documents, manuals, and other text data? So if you have documentation, text, you want it to be part of the chatbot you're creating, it will do it for you. It will take that data from you, it will store it. I assume it will create a vector store, and then the chatbot can reference that data when people exchange with it. While answering question, this would allow it to have a knowledge about specific topic from your data. I will not do that. I'll just make it simple just for the demo. So let's give it a name. Let's say we work in a company where we deal with Spain a lot. So I want a bot that translates English to Spanish for any need. That could be an offer, that could be actually sending a request for an offer, or any other business dealingship, which is textualized in text, basically, that I need to put it in English, get it in Spanish. So let's see, I'll give it a name and I'll give it a prompt to start building that agent for me. So this is the prompt. Call it Ole and create a chatbot specialized in business translation from English to Spanish and vice versa. So let's hit go and see what we get. So Ole, I think, is a good name. Tell me in the comment section if you think I overdid it, but I think Ole is a really Spanish sounding name. And actually it could be something I use in the future to create some kind of agent that does that type of translation. And you can see off the bat, it quickly went into training that model. So I'm not sure if this is considered something even smarter than what we get in GPTs, at least within the interface of OpenAI. So it's creating the model, it's training it. You can see it's pulling libraries of code, and it's actually done with the development of that chatbot, and we can access it through this link. So this is an app link for Abacus AI. So let's actually open it in a new tab and see the level of the chatbot that we get. Now we have the name Ole, so this is our model, and it already gave it a description, a business-focused English-Spanish translation assistant, and you can modify this. So here actually I think you can share it with others. So this is a link. Now it's restricted, you can unrestrict it. And then what is this download? So you can download as a PDF or download as a Word. I think this is the exchange. So you can talk to it and get a download out of that, which is super helpful in the business setup. Okay, so to test Ole, let me go to a paper. So this is a random AI paper I just pulled up from the internet. Let me just copy the introduction here, or the abstract actually. I'm copying that. We'll go back to Ole, and here I can just paste it and hit go. Let's see the translation we get from Ole to Spanish of the abstract. So if you're Spanish, well, maybe you can quickly pause on the other page and tell us what you think about the translation. So we have the translation now in Spanish. So again, if you're Spanish out there looking at this, let me actually zoom into this. Maybe you would want to pause here and just take a second to tell me what do you think about the translation we got from Ole. So this is what we gave it to translate. So we created a model quickly, we created an agent or a chatbot quickly that actually we now can deploy and interact with. So this is one more thing, and I think it's super powerful to build chatbots in seconds and deploy them within Abacus AI. Now, the really interesting thing, remember the advanced agent platform we were at? So if we go back to that and you just refresh, you will get Ole as a project. So it was created through code by Abacus agent for us here. And it's a whole project, and you can go in, figure out all of the details, and you can start tweaking it. You can play with it, you can change things from within, and you can actually talk to their documentation agent to help you through these things. You can add the database here, and you can see here, you can see this button, ask AI to create a custom chatbot for you. So this is, you already have it, but you can play with the setting of this model. and you can look at the different models behind it. So you can see here, this is your what is called the Ole model. Now you have your own model chatbot and you can retrain it. So it's now just trained on a simple prompt because we didn't give it any documentation. You can retrain it based on documentation and do so many things. And more importantly, if we go to the other part, you can now get your own API key and actually get predictions. So basically talk to your chatbot Ole from outside in your applications or from whatever platform you use like Zapier or Make. Whatever you want to do with it, you can do with it. It's all there in Abacus AI. So honestly, I couldn't not bring this to your attention, at least to know that it exists as Abacus AI and that all of this is for $10 a month. Now, I canceled my subscription. I just got 1 month to play with it and see what I get. Honestly, it's super appealing. I don't know, I might change my mind and come back to this platform later on. I actually followed their CEO of Abacus AI on X now just to see what they're doing, what they're working on, because clearly they are building a really special and unique use case. Now, many people who are generalists, as I said in the beginning, they just want to access these latest and greatest models. They don't care as much as I do about memory and other elements that you get through a platform like OpenAI. So for example, I really care about my accessibility and my tiering in OpenAI and my access to new features, my access to their API library, and their basically SDK as OpenAI. I build things, I play with things. Most people do not need all of that. They just want to have access to the newest, latest models, paid and free, everything in one place. And this is what Abacus AI does. Also, some people might want, you know what, I want to occasionally build a chatbot, showcase it to my colleagues at work or do it for my small business, and Abacus does that as well. And maybe someone again wants these two things that we just covered, and on top of them, you know what, the hell with it, I want from time to time to try to learn something new, dig deep on the far end of complexity and technicality and build something from scratch. I want to put in the database, I want to build a model, train it, get the code, get errors, debug it, get it to work, and then deploy it through API. And also, this level is there on Abacus AI on top of what we've seen in image generation, video generation, and other things like PowerPoint that also you get on top of just access to the models, and even computer agent or computer use, where you can give an agent some basic chores to do, again, based on Anthropic computer use to the way it looks from my perspective. So this could be you, and you can get all of this for $10 a month. I mean, tell me these people are not doing something great. A game of probability here, I'm pretty sure, where they make money on inference and on memberships compared to their access to these models or the way they manage these models on premise. They're doing something right in terms of people's use versus the subscription. I'm pretty sure they're making a profit, otherwise it doesn't make sense. And I think they're smarter because many people gave people access to multiple models at $20, and that pricing point kept people on the fence. Maybe it's just better for me to, commit to one AI model and just keep with it rather than going to this thing that seems really reasonable for my use case with access to all of these models, but as expensive. So maybe people would trust Gemini or Google or Meta or OpenAI much more than they would trust Abacus AI. Again, this is not against Abacus, but this is how the consumer thinks, right? What they've done here, they said, you know what, it's at $10. I don't know what objection anyone can have against that. Actually, I think people like me might have access to all of these great models and even go and subscribe for Abacus. So if it's interesting to you, subscribe. So I did it for 1 month and I canceled it because I care about the other stuff, and I already am subscribing to so many things. I am getting divorced soon, probably, as for the money I'm paying for my subscriptions just to get this channel to run, so I don't really need it. But when you subscribe for the first time, you're gonna get a free month with it. So you get actually for $10 2 months. So the value of potentially what can be $40, you're getting it for $10. Pay that $10, test it for 2 months, and then decide do you want to cancel or keep it. I think for the generalists, for people who just want to get started with AI, it can't get any better, honestly. It cannot get any better. So hopefully you watched this video so far. you found value in it. Please, if you did enjoy it and you got the value out of it, hit that like button. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel. That helps me a lot to keep giving you content like this. Write me a comment. I really care about exchanging with you, the community I'm building and the audience for this channel. And with this, thank you for giving me your attention, because attention is all you need. And with this, thank you and goodbye.
Subscribe to Daddy's channel. Give me the mic.